Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our January Lunch and Learn Travel Edition, where today we're going to be discussing travel agent benefits and perks. It's one of the most popular questions that I get asked and that new agents have. So we're going to cover some general things that pertain to how you can take advantage of some of the very special and popular travel agent benefits and perks. My name is Dadra Driscoll. I'm a silver consultant with Evolution Travel. I am also an IATAN accredited agent, and we'll talk a little bit about what that is in just a moment. This particular training will be recorded. Our lunch and learns are set to be under an hour so that you can take advantage of them on your lunch break. The recording will be posted following this training later this afternoon back on Facebook in the links where the flyer is located. So if anyone on your team misses it and they want to see it or you want to watch it again, you can go reference that link. Also at that link will be a handout that has all of the websites that I'll be talking about during this training. So for one quick moment before we jump into the training, I want to share that document with you because again, it's going to have several very valuable links for you because as we talk about things, you want to be able to reference them yourself. So this handout will also be available with the video following the training. So let's get started. As we go through the training, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. I will be answering questions after we cover the material. So the first thing that you need to have if you're going to take advantage of travel agent benefits and perks are your travel agent credentials. You want to get those in order. Of course, when you first join, you're going to complete your PTA training and you will receive your Evolution Travel Certificate. That's important for you to have so you can verify that you are in fact a certified travel agent. So you want to have that. I encourage new agents once they complete it to do a screenshot so that way you can have that digital image in case you need to show it if you want to do posts. You want to tell the world that you are now official. You want to keep a copy of that because that's your very first travel agent credential. Then I encourage you to get business cards. Here is an example of a business card from one of our partners, LaShawn White. She just got these hot off the press. As you can see, she's looking quite sharp and ready to travel. So you want to have your business card because also while you're taking advantage of your travel agent credentials, you want to be able to show your business cards, and certain of the perks ask to see that when you arrive at the counter. So you want to make sure that you have a business card. Next, you're going to want to get a CLIA card, or what's referred to as an Embark card. This is separate from your involvement with Evolution Travel. It's an external membership that you do have to register and pay for. Now, when you go to the cruising.org website, the Cruise Line International Association has an annual membership fee that you have to pay. So I believe it's like $118. So in your annual budget for your business, you want to include the cost of that CLIA card. The CLIA membership is annual. So it goes from January 1st to December 31st. You want to make sure that you take advantage of it. So if you wait and you don't get your card until, say, July, you'll only have 6 months of benefits, but the price is still going to be the same. So with your card, in addition to some of the perks and benefits we're going to talk about here, you want to show it every time you're doing something because often you'll get upgrades. I've shown it at the airport and they've given me free seat upgrades. I've shown it at hotels and gotten upgrades on my room. So you want to make sure you keep it. One of our partners showed it at a state park and got a tremendous discount on a boat rental for her family. So again, you want to take advantage of those CLIA benefits. So whenever you're somewhere that's travel related, show your card and ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. The worst they can tell you is no, but definitely ask if there are any discounts available to you as a professional travel agent. Then the next credential we have here is the IATAN card. Now, unlike the CLIA membership where you can just simply join, you have to earn a IATAN accreditation. And in order to do so, you have to have earned in commission at least $5,000. So that's not the amount of travel you've booked, that's the amount of commission you've earned from the travel you booked. And it's within a 12-month period. So I always encourage agents to keep a spreadsheet of some sort and keep track of all of your commissions that you're receiving so that you can see where you are if you have a goal to become an IATAN accredited agent. And then also you can base when you'll receive it. Now, the IATAN card is going to give you some additional benefits that the CLIA card does not. There are certain specials, certain fam trips, certain events and things that are strictly for IATAN card holders. So you'll get notifications. There's certain discounts that you can take advantage of specifically that are related to IATAN card holders. But any travel agent, even on day one of you becoming a travel agent, you can take advantage of joining CLIA and getting your own personal Embark card. And I encourage you to do that right away, because as we begin to talk about the different perks and benefits, the majority of them are going to ask to see your CLIA card in order for you to take advantage of that information, or of that perk or benefit rather. So you want to make sure that you invest in getting your Embark card as soon as possible once you become a travel agent. So now the question comes up, how do I specialize? And I'll kind of piggyback off of that of why would you want to do it. So the first thing you're going to do in order to become a specialist is to register with the vendors. So you'll go to their respective travel agent website and you'll register as a travel agent. And then somewhere in their portal, they'll give you information about completing their specialist training program. It's an online program. You do it at your own pace for the most part. And then once you finish, they're going to give you a list of benefits and perks that go along with being that type of specialist. In most cases, they have a portal where they track how many bookings you do for them, and there's different perks you get based on the amount of bookings you do and things of that nature. So you don't want to stop at just doing the training. You want to make sure that you book with those vendors and that you keep track of what you booked in their particular TA portal so you can take advantages of the benefits they offer. I encourage agents to be strategic in which trainings you choose to do. And we're going to talk about this for a moment because often new agents are so excited that they're just all over the place and they've heard that you can get this free and you can get that free, and you're running from pillar to post, you're driving yourself crazy trying to do everything all at once. I recommend that you make a plan for what you want to specialize in and have a reason, because there's going to be different lengths of training, different benefits offered. Some have booking requirements, and you want to make sure that you're using your time the best way so that you can get the maximum impact for your time and effort. One of the popular things is the free cruise, and we're going to talk about that extensively on this training, but again, it's going to take time. It's not something you do today and you can cruise this weekend. You have to make a plan to invest the time to complete the training. And for certain benefits, they're going to have booking requirements also. So I tell people to pay attention to the vendor. Is it a vendor that you're going to use, or that you plan to book your clients at, or that you're going to begin presenting to your clients as a booking option? Because the majority of them tie their benefits in to you actually booking at their property, which makes sense because they're going to give us great things and they're not going to just do it literally for free. So you want to pay attention to the length of the training, what benefits go along with that particular certification or specialization, and what booking requirements go along with it, if any. Like I said, many of them also ask you to record your bookings in their portal. So if you book in VAX, for instance, you still have to go to that TA website and record the booking number so you get the special credit for what you booked. And here on the screen, that's just a few that you can get. But again, there's tons of them. We have over 133 vendors, and just about all of them have their own respective specialist program. On the handout that I'm going to give you, it's going to have a list of links to many of the different vendors that are really popular that people try to take advantage of for your convenience. So we're going to switch to that. And so for just a moment, I'm about to switch and go online, and we're going to take a look at some of those vendor sites. So this first one is the Disney travel agent site. It's one of the popular ones. People want to know how they can get free Disney tickets. If you go to their website, they have a training and benefits tab. In that training and benefits tab for Disney, you have to complete what's referred to as the College of Disney Knowledge. It is several different modules. There's different modules for every Disney product. So I'm going to kind of click over here. As you can see, there's a basics tab, and in order to complete it, you're going to do a training on each of the various products. So there's Adventures by Disney, Aulani, the Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, as well as Disney World. And here they give you an estimate of approximately how much time it's going to take and how many lessons are included in each one, which is great. Disney does a good job of kind of helping you manage your time. Now, each of these, when you complete them, you're going to get a certificate, but the benefits are connected to you completing all of them. So you're going to have to make sure that as you're completing the College of Disney Knowledge plan, that you're making plans to do all of it. They have an in progress and a completed counter up at the top that's going to help you keep track of what you're doing. With Disney, you have to renew your training every year. So each year they're going to put some new things. There's going to be updates. So as you can see here, I've got to complete my 2019 update, which is 30 minutes. So as you go, it'll tell you what's available, what you've completed, and what you have in progress. As you complete the various classes, there are advanced classes available. There are lots of tabs. There's things for you to pay attention to. If you're trying to decide what order to do training, think about your clients. What is going to be most beneficial to them? Do you have people who want to do the parks? If so, then you may want to look at, are you booking West Coast or are you booking East Coast? Disneyland or Disney World? Which one is going to be most beneficial to you based on your personal client base? Again, to take advantage of the benefits, you're going to have to do all of them. But while you're trying to determine what order to do them in, be smart about it. Be strategic about it so you can take advantage of helping your clients as well as helping yourself. So again, that's under the Training and Benefits tab here at Disney. The next one I'm going to go to is One Source Travel Academy, which covers both Princess and Cunard. So when you get your credentials for one, you can access the other. One of the things about the One Source Academy training, you have both Princess and Commodore, the Princess Commodore program, as well as the Cunard Commodore program. With those, as you can see here, I am both a Princess Commodore as well as a Cunard Commodore. They have some things that are going to be specific to them that we're going to look at in just a second. So let me just kind of flip back for one quick moment. I want you to see, when you go into the training academy for Princess, it's going to be very extensive. They have several modules, and you're basically going to have to plan to do all of the trainings. So when I mentioned time-wise and what you want to pay attention to, you want to look at what all of the courses are. So there's going to be a whole list here. If we click on curriculum, as you can see, it's going to show you all of the different courses as well as a final exam that you have to complete in order to become a Princess Commodore, as well as that similar process also holds true for Cunard. You're going to go through, once you complete them, then you're going to have to book your cruise, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. Next, let's look at Universal Studios. Again, if you want to go to theme parks, Universal Studios is a great training option. Their training isn't real long. It's definitely not like Princess or Disney. So you can take advantage of their free park tickets a lot easier. Their training, if you log into their Universal Partner site, as you can see here, they have training available where you'll complete it online. They also have partner perks that are listed that you can take advantage of with Universal Studios. So complimentary tickets, discount tickets, and things of that nature. So again, Universal Studios is a great one to do as well. Then there's Travel Agent Academy and Travel Agent Universe. Travel Agent Academy is going to give you access to numerous trainings all in one spot. So if you look here, you'll see we've got Westin, we've got Mexico, we've got lots of different places. There's a REU specialist program, there's Puerto Rico, Orlando. So as you go through, there's tons of different ones. This is where the very popular Jamaica travel specialist can be done here at Travel Agent Academy. But again, taking advantage of these specializations are important because many of the other benefits that we're going to talk about are going to be connected to whether or not you have completed that specialist program. So again, as you look here, you're going to see there's Bahamas, American Airlines, Aruba, and so on. Travel Agent University, very similar. You're going to have a whole list of different specialist programs. If you want to do river cruises, they have the AMA Waterways Specialists. We have Antigua, Barbados, a lot of different trainings that are available, Costa Rica, couples, and so on and so forth. So when you register there, you're able to go back and then just take trainings as you need to. You're also going to find that once you've registered with them, they are going to send you updates when new trainings become available. So you want to make sure that with things such as Travel Agent Academy, Travel Agent University, so on and so forth, when you go to their websites, that you're going to take advantage of their perks. You're going to go right in, and I'm actually logged in, but on the main screen, if you're not logged in, when you get there, there's a register button. And then you're going to complete the form. Remember, for those of you that are new agents, whenever you're registering for something, your host agency is always, always Archer Travel. So we encourage you to have a contact in your phone set up with all of Archer's information so that you can enter Archer in. You as the agent, your company information, it's going to ask you for your personal information, your address, and things of that nature so they can send things to you. But your host agency is always going to be Archer, and you'll need to always use the Archer IATA number. The more you do it, you will absolutely memorize 0582480. Just like you know your name and social security number and agent number, you will memorize the IATA number over time. But you're going to use that in order to take advantage of some of these types of perks. Then just one other one I want to show you is Spirit Airline, because often people ask about, they have questions about travel agent discounts on flights. In general, there are not very many travel agent discounts that are available to travel agents because that's just the way flights are. However, Spirit is one that does offer one. And with Spirit, they offer you some discounts here. And again, on the handout that I'm providing for you all, there's these links so you can get to them. But some of the travel agent benefits with Spirit is that you can add commission into a flight. If you're booking a Spirit flight for one of your clients, you can add commission in. They also have what's referred to as the TA Positive Space Travel Program. The TA Positive Space Travel Program is for last minute travel bookings, meaning bookings that are basically within 7 days. If you book with them and they have the available space and you are a travel agent with them, you can do a round trip ticket for $150, basically anywhere that they go if the space is available. It's a great benefit if you don't mind flying Spirit. I'm not going to give a commentary on what Spirit is or isn't. Spirit is what it is, but if you want to fly Spirit and Spirit is going to get you where you need to go, the TA Positive Space Program is a great benefit to use. I've taken advantage of it on a couple last minute flights and it worked really great for me. So I point that out to you because it's one of those things that people often ask about. So we're going to switch back to our program 1 second. So again, when you're trying to specialize and figure out what you want to specialize in, again, you want to be strategic, plan your time, plan the things that you want to do around the trainings that you need, as well as what your clients need. So let's talk about travel agent rates and discounts. Because again, there's all sorts of discounts available to you. The first place to always check is the travel agent website for the vendor. Because again, if you've registered with them, 9 times out of 10, they're going to have a benefit and perk tab of some sort that's going to list what discounts they offer. When you look on those tabs, it will tell you in some cases, it's just a discounted rate that's a standard percentage off. Sometimes it varies property to property within a vendor, so you have to check there so you know what their procedure is. We just talked about Spirit. Like I said, they offer that special last minute booking where you can get a discount, do a round trip ticket for $150. AM Resorts is another one that I highlight here because they have really amazing travel agent rates, and it's based on the season. And when you go to their website, they're going to show you if you're booking between this date and this date, this is the amount per night. And if you know anything about all-inclusives, you can expect to pay, in a normal sense, more than $200 a night. They have some that are even less than $100 a night. And we're talking about wonderful all-inclusives where you can go into the Caribbean, have a tremendous time at a great, great rate. I like it in particular for some weekend getaways. I priced one at a particular point that was not peak season, and I was going to be able to do a weekend getaway for like $300 all inclusive. So again, AM Resorts, becoming a master agent with them is going to give you great access to really deeply discounted travel agent rates. Another one is the Marriott. When you complete their Hotel Excellence program, they have what's referred to as the Marriott Fantastic Rate. The Fantastic Rate allows you to book a certain number of bookings per year at a special discounted rate. Now, it's just for one night each time that you get that rate, but you can do it, I think, 5 times per year. Now, I used my Marriott Fantastic Rate when I was going on a cruise last year. I did it for my pre-night before the cruise. So my family was traveling with me. I got a suite at a Marriott property there in Fort Lauderdale, and it was $49 for the suite, and it was wonderful. We had a great time. We had breakfast the next morning. We went on to the cruise ship, had a great cruise, and it was a super duper discount for my family to use. So the Marriott Fantastic Rates is just an example of rates. Several other hotel properties offer similar programs, but again, it's tied into completing their training and staying current every year. The next thing you want to do in order to take advantage of travel agent rates and discounts is contact the property directly. Identify yourself as a travel agent and ask them, do they have any travel agent rates or discounts available? Because sometimes it also depends on how booked they are. So if they have space and they're wanting to use it, they may give it to you at a discounted price that's not published anywhere. So that, along with inquiring at the front desk, even if initially they said there wasn't anything, at check-in, always ask again. Have your CLIA card handy, your business card handy, and ask them, do they have anything available? Because things in the travel industry change. They could have had cancellations or things like that. So you want to always ask, because it can also include upgrades to your room and things of that nature. So you want to make sure that you're inquiring at the front desk as well when you check in. Don't leave any discounts, perks, or benefits on the table. Getting an upgraded room for the same price as the basic room is a benefit in and of itself. So again, always ask again when you get ready to check in at the front desk. Now we're to the good part. Let's talk about free stuff. One of the things that people always ask about are free cruises. I was among the first travel agents from Evolution Travel to take advantage of the Princess Commodore cruise. So I get asked about it all the time. So things to consider if you're trying to take advantage of the free cruises. One, training is intensive and time consuming, so plan your time accordingly. They are going to require a booking requirement. Now, it's either going to be an agent booking requirement or an agency booking requirement. For instance, Princess and Commodore have an agency booking requirement. So they require at least a certain number of bookings from Archer Travel in order for you to take advantage of the Commodore benefit as an individual agent. Norwegian, for instance, has an individual agent requirement where you have to book at least 5 cruises in order to take advantage of their free cruise. So you want to pay attention to the fine print. What are the requirements for you to take advantage of the cruise from the particular vendor you're trying to use? Next, be prepared that you are still required to cover port taxes and fees. I'm going to show you an example from my cruise on the next slide, but port taxes and fees, we can't get around the taxes. That's not something that the cruise line governs. Those are, federally governed. So they have to make sure that's collected. So when you get ready to take advantage of your cruise, make sure you are prepared to have those funds available to pay, because it's not a payment plan kind of situation. You're going to have to pay that at the time you book. The cabin that's included generally is an interior cabin. Some will allow you to pay extra for an upgrade, some don't. So you want to pay attention to that as well, because again, if you're used to cruising in a balcony cabin and you want a balcony cabin, certain programs you can pay the extra to get the upgrade, certain ones you can't. And so for the benefit of that free cruise, you'll just have to do the interior cabin. Then you can bring along one guest with your complimentary cruise. Some will allow you to pay additional for a third and fourth, some won't. So again, you want to pay attention to the fine print for the specific cruise vendor that you're trying to get a free cruise from. As of right now, you can do Carnival, you can do Norwegian, you can do Princess and Cunard, and those 4 offer a free cruise benefit. But again, each one has a slightly different requirement, so you want to pay attention to the fine print. So here's an example from the actual Commodore cruise that I took. It was a 14-day, 9-port Circle Caribbean cruise. As you can see, the interior room was free. Taxes and port fees were an additional $160. So that was great. But if you notice below here, that's retail pricing. So I did include what it would have been, just so people understood what the great benefit was. So it was a wonderful trip. I chose to go, as you can see, during the Christmas holiday. So I cruised through Christmas and New Year's all throughout the Caribbean, had an amazing time. We enjoyed great shows, great food, great rooms. The bed on Princess is absolutely ridiculous. You will not want to get out of it. Their heading is come back new. And I'm telling you, it is absolutely true. If you go on a Princess cruise, sleep in that bed, you will come back rested and relaxed. So again, you can take advantage of that. Now let's talk about some other free stuff that's available. How about taking advantage of hotel stays and day passes? Now, often people aren't aware of what day passes are, so we're going to talk about that too. Some of your hotel or resort certifications will include a free night stay at one of their properties. One, for instance, is the Omni. The Omni, when you do theirs, you can pick from their various properties and get a free night stay. In most cases, it's a suite accommodation. So again, be strategic in how you use those perks. Choose wisely if you're traveling to those areas or you're passing through those areas. Use your free nights. Also, many of the resorts, once you complete their specialization, they're going to offer a free day pass per property per year. So here, this is one of the perks that most agents miss out on. During the 14-day Circle Caribbean cruise that I showed you that I took, 2 of those ports, I also utilized this benefit. So when we went into those ports, I had prearranged to get a free day pass at the property. Of course, I had to show my certificate or my card in the case of AM Resorts to confirm that I had in fact earned those day passes. But with a day pass, I got to spend the whole day at the resort taking advantage of all the resort amenities, all you can eat, all you can drink, the water sports, the beach, the pool, so on and so forth, and it was free. So that was a great in-port option in the midst of my cruise for me to take advantage of. All I had to do was get a taxi there to the resort and spend the day totally enjoying myself. I'm going to show you some pictures in a second. The next thing are tickets. Often you can take advantage of things like Disney, Universal Studios, Legoland. They offer annually free park tickets to agents that complete their training and keep it current. So once you do Disney, as I mentioned, Universal, so on and so forth, every year you have to do the update training so you stay eligible, but you could go to Disney every year. And with Disney, it's both Disneyland and Disney World. So depending on how your travels go, you can actually do one on each side of the country. So taking advantage of those free tickets are annual, and you have to keep your credentials current every year. So here are some pictures when we went to Sandals Grand Antigua. Again, free day. While the ship was in port, we had great food. We toured the property, got to see how beautiful the Sandals property is there in Antigua. Had a wonderful time. Went to Sunscape in Curacao, did the same thing. As I mentioned, the AM Resorts Master Agent Program has great benefits. So as you can see, here is a list of the different properties that are part of AM Resorts. So you're now looking at the possibility of going all throughout the Caribbean and doing day passes. So if you can look right there in the water, that is Platinum Consultant Lynn Huddleston in Curacao, in the water, having a great time. So as you can see, again, this was a great benefit. We were in port for the day and we went to the resort and we took advantage of everything. So you want to make sure that you don't leave your benefits on the table. When you're traveling, find the matching accommodation that matches where you're going and take advantage of it while you're there. Now, let's talk about fam trips or familiarization trips, because that's another really popular thing that when it comes up, someone found a benefit, they throw it in a group, everybody is like, oh my God, I want to do the fam trip. There are some requirements and some things that you need to understand about taking advantage of fam trips. You must complete the specialist training to be eligible to attend for the majority of the fam trips that are out there. So once you've completed that, you get on their mailing list, their emailing list. And so the property or the BDM will email you fam trip opportunities as they become available. Some are invitation only. And this is the challenge with Facebook groups, because sometimes someone got excited, they heard about a fam trip and they posted, and then another agent tries to do it and they can't, and they're frustrated. Again, some are regional. Sandals does this quite often. When they'll do a fam trip, they're bringing in agents from a particular part of the country, or they may be bringing in agents who book a certain type of things. Like they had a wedding one that was just for people who book destination weddings. So again, fam trips are great, but you need to read the fine print and understand what goes along with the fam trip in particular. Most of them have a deeply discounted price that's due to at the time of registration. Some are free, but in general, most of them have at least some cost associated with it that you need to be prepared to pay at the time you sign up. Airfare is not included. Now, some will offer an airfare reimbursement stipend after you take the trip, but again, you have to also be prepared to purchase your airfare. In some cases, they ask for your airfare, or not your airfare, but your airline arrangements within a certain time frame to confirm that you are actually coming. So if you're going to take advantage of a fam trip, you want to make sure you're prepared to pay for it at the time that it's posted. They often sell out and go to wait lists and things like that. So if you see one and you want to do it, jump on it right away. Some fam trips have a minimum booking requirement in order to be eligible. So you want to, again, read the fine print so that you know what is required for each particular fam trip. We have a lot of people that were super excited about the Windjammer fam trip. I think we probably almost crashed their site. Everybody ran to get eligible. But in the fine print, there is a booking requirement with the Windjammer one. So with Windjammer, you could get the 3-night, 4-day complimentary stay with the spa treatment and all of that. But there is a booking requirement, and there's a tiered thing with Windjammer. So if you don't book with them within 3 months of your certification, you lose the spa treatment. If you don't book with them within 6 months, they shorten the trip. So again, you got to read the fine print and make sure you understand what is required for each particular BAM trip. So I have covered in general the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. We went to your website, showed you how to log in. I'm going to now open up for questions. So I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you for those that are just listening on the recording. We appreciate you joining us. But we're going to answer some questions